Hi, welcome to Stitches and Orts in the Desert. This is Flosstube number 4, I believe. So thanks. I'm a little longer than 2 weeks, like I said I would be, because I didn't get a lot of stitching done on my trip. And so I thought, well, I'll just wait until this weekend and get it done then, and I can show you more stitching because we were so busy at my work conference. So it was in National Harbor, Maryland, which is just like the DC, Alexandria, Virginia area. And we wound up having 4,300 people there. So thank God we were able to be in a county that had a mask ordinance. So it wasn't our rule, it was the county rule, and everyone had to wear a mask. So of course I wore it. I've had my vaccination. I never was without it. I went out a couple of times to eat and didn't have it on then, but I was very careful about where we ate. So I got there on Thursday, and then the conference started Saturday, so it was set up, and then Saturday through Wednesday afternoon we had all those people. I didn't even leave the hotel, and I walked like 12,000 steps, stood up for hours at a time, just greeting and helping people find their way. And I did presentations on Sunday for like 4.5 hours. So it was just when I would get back to my room, I was like exhausted. I was like, I don't even want to do anything. One night I was so tired that I got to my room and I was like, I want ice for my drink. And then I was like, nope, it's too big of a hotel. That'd be too many steps to the ice machine. So I did without. So that's how tired I was. So even though I had it all set up to stitch, and the first night I got there I stitched, otherwise the whole time I was there I didn't stitch. And then I went with 2 of my coworkers who are my friends. We went to a cabin house, and we just chilled and recuperated, and that was amazing. We cooked every night but one, so that we didn't have to be around a lot of people. Drove through the Shenandoah forest. I was going to film stuff and I didn't. I took a couple of pictures, but again, so tired. But I did get some stitching done, so really excited. So before I get into my stitching, I just want to thank Mandy for giving me a little bit of a shout out in her video. So I have some subscribers finally, besides just family. So I want to thank you all for subscribing, and if you like the video, if you'll like the video and hit subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. I just want to bring my joy of stitching to you and share things, and those I will have that odd random thought, or they're old too, because I am old. So one thought I had when I was at the conference, and I hope I don't offend anyone, because I don't want to get into an argument about masks, but we were in a hotel where it was a requirement of the county government. So it wasn't like whether you agreed with it or not, it was an ordinance. But there would be people that would walk around without masks, and at the airport I saw a couple of people without masks, and I'm just curious why those people think they're special. The rest of us are following the rules, and it's really not just about masks. It's about general rules, why people think, oh, I don't care, this doesn't apply to me. That is so annoying to me. And I just don't understand why some people think they're more special than everyone else. Everyone else needs to follow the rule, but not me. I'm a special person and I don't have to follow the rules. So I find that very annoying, and I kept my mouth shut. Don't want to be a crazy Karen yelling at anyone, but I just find it frustrating and wish that people would understand the rules apply to them too, and not just because everyone else but not me. So anyway, that was something I observed for a few people. Sorry, my throat's dry. So I went on a Thursday, stayed till the next Wednesday work, and then Thursday through Monday I stayed at the house, and then got home Monday night and then worked all week. So it's been kind of crazy. I'm literally just now catching up on all my laundry because I kind of just went to work early the next morning and have been busy. So here we go. But I have been stitching. So the whole time I was gone, I took like 3 projects, and I really just stitched on my one that's from this book, the Cross Stitch for Earth. And so this is the one, I showed it last time, and I have a marker here, but it's, I almost showed you the pattern. That would have been really bad. But it's called The Great Outdoors, and it's this one. So when I saw you last time, I was pretty close to having the second page done, and had decided that I was going to be able to get it done for this Christmas, for the present, for the people that it is. And then I got to stitching, and I was going to do the page 3 in September and page 4 in October. Well, I've already started page 3, and I have quite a bit done. Well, not, I mean, I've got a quarter of page 3 done and all of 2. So let's see if I can get this all in here. Can you see all that? See, isn't that, sorry for the wrinkles, but isn't that just amazing? I'm just so proud of how it's coming out. And I definitely was stitching on this a lot. So I am over halfway done, and I started this just in the last part of July. So I'm pretty proud of how fast it's going. So that one's pretty amazing. I got the book, like I said before, on Amazon. So you can get that Cross Stitch for the Earth in McClungdon. So anyway, but then when I got home, I was like, okay, I need to take a break from that. I want to stitch on something else. What can I stitch on? And I realized that I had not really touched Jan Hicks' Meditation Garden. And I had taken that with me, but I didn't work on it the whole time. And so I had a couple of Zoom meetings, and I was like, okay, I'm just looking this up for you guys. I was like, I'm gonna work on that in my meetings this week. So here's the pattern. That's what that looks like. I hope it's not too much of a glare. There, that's a little better. So I started working on that, and I got about 1,200 stitches on it. So sorry about that, got so close to the camera, but here's how far I am. I'm about 40% done now. So I had all this willow tree and stuff done, and the bottom flowers. So what I kind of did, let's see if I can fold this and make it where you can see it better. More manageable for me, at least. I did all of this, like I did this tree and all this. I did all this grass, and then I've got over half the maze done. And some of this path to it. So I feel like I got a lot done. I got over, like I said, 1,200 or more stitches. I was at like 29%, and now I'm 40%. And total, I think there's about 12,000 and something, 12,500 and something stitches. So I'm super proud that I got that much done. So now, and the only other one I worked on is my HAED. So obviously I didn't take it with me. It stays here on my frame, and I'm going to see if I can do this without making you too dizzy. But I did get I finished the second row. Last time I was with you, I had done a whole top row across. Then I started the second row. I was about halfway done. So I finished about 1,200 stitches on that row, and then I've started the next row, and I've done about 200 there. So I did this week at night. And I worked on it yesterday, probably about 1,400 stitches, which isn't like a lot, but it's got something done. So let's see if I can show this to you. So if you can see, I have the whole way across the second row, and then I've started on the third row. So, and that's from the section I'd already done. So, and I think I have a picture, sorry about that, of this one. I've shown it before, but let me just open this up and I'll show you a picture of this one. I went to Heaven and Earth and thought maybe I could get you a better picture. So this is what that one's gonna look like when it's done. And guys, this is my dream place. If I could do this every night, that's where I'd be. So I've done the moon, and I've worked across the very top, and that moon was a bear. I've done the top all the way down here, the very top of these trees, and now I'm just working across that way. So, but that's that one. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I was actually able to stitch a little bit on the plane. It's a 5-hour flight, so a long flight, and luckily I slept a lot. I travel a lot, or I used to travel a lot. Now who does? But so I have gotten comfortable sleeping on planes, and so the 5-hour flight, I like it when I can sleep some. But I read some, I stitched some, and then I slept some, and so it made the trip go quicker. I did figure out that I don't, in my normal life, like to wear the masks that have that pointy, more duck-like looking shape to it. But on the plane, that's what I had, and I had two different ones, and that's the one I wound up loving because it gave me more. I felt like I could breathe better or something. And then you should have seen at the conference, presenting with mask on was not fun. I did one presentation that was like an hour and 15 minutes, and then another one I was on a panel that was 3 hours. So my employer bought these plastic, like they're silicone kind of, and they fit underneath your mask, and you put your mask on it so it holds the mask away from your face so you're not muffled sounding. But those were super uncomfortable and they got sweaty, and so as soon as I was done presenting, those were off because I couldn't handle that. So let's see. Oh, I have one more thing so I have a start. So this was something I wasn't planning on starting because I'm going to be starting something in Hall I'll talk about in a minute, but I started it this morning. I was like, I'm just going to start it. Remember I got the journal from Twisted Rabbit and Michelle Bendy, and I got the silks from Almond M&M, and so I went ahead and started this morning, and I just have a small start. Here's the pattern. I do it with this is the pattern, so it's called Odd World. I think you can see that, and here it is on a journal and some of the stuff that came with it, and I think these are the colors that I'm going to be using because those are the silks, and that's what I got. And okay, I just have to say, and I know I'm rambling all over the place, but I happened to be watching, oh my gosh, I totally forgot her name, but I think it's By the Shore, and she was talking about one strand loop method, and I was like, what is this you're talking about? Because I don't like to do one strand because I like to start everything the loop method. And so she had linked it to Needlebug, teaching how to do a loop start with one strand, and it was amazing. So I will try and find that and put it in the description box, but it's a Needlebug. Go to her. I think her name's Karen too, and you can go to her and look up loop start with one strand, and I started this today with that, and I'm loving it. I've never stitched. I had one 36 count that I started, and the material was dark and the thread was dark, and I was struggling with it. But I started this today, 36 count. It's Fiberlicious Cafe Misto, and it's called plain linen, and it's 13 by 17, and that was the kind of material it is. And then we got this cute needle minder with all the M&M, and I usually use my thread keepers because I am an Annie's thread keeper, love them, do all mine on it. But this had the cutest little snail, and I wound up putting stuff on it so you can't see the whole snail, but because I wanted to know the colors. So here's the colors. Those are actually pretty true in the light, and I have the snail. So I started on it today, and so here's my little start. And you can see that. So it'll say, the world is odd and sometimes wonderful. So I'm actually loving this, stitching with the one strand, and I'm excited that I started it. So it was just something a little different to sit down here and work on this morning. So I got that going. And now I'm going to show some haul. So I did get some haul from Evertote, Caroline Off the Grid, and Modern Folk Embroidery. I got their mystery stitch along sampler, but Caroline has asked us not to show it or open it until the 1st. I'm going to confess I wound up opening it, but I'm not going to do any social media or talk about it. But it was amazing. Had a lot of good goodies in it. And so I'll be starting that on September 1st. So my next video, I will show you the stuff that it came with and stuff. But I did get Caroline's August bag of the month. So she doesn't do bags of the month clubs. You can just go each month, and if you like the material and the stuff they have, then you can order it. And then she includes some Leo and Roxy floss on that. And so I got that. I'll show you it. I just love this material. So here is the bag, and this is the large flat bag, and here's the inside. It has this beautiful, can you see that? Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, there we go. So there's the inside, and then it came with this cute little notions bag. They all do. So this bag here. And then it comes with, she put some Leo and Roxy threads in there, so I got those. And so I already have some of these. I've done a couple of projects with them. Sometimes I just substitute DMC. They have such great variegation in a lot of the threads, but these were the ones. And she will announce and show them because she talks about on her Off the Grid Needleworks, her Flosstube. If you don't see it, which I'm sure you do, you should go watch it. She talks about how she doesn't really like mystery stuff, so she'll show what's going to be in it sometimes. So this shouldn't be a surprise for you. But anyway, this is just navy. It's a little darker. This is showing a little lighter than it is. And this one is called Hussy. And again, it's a little darker maroon. It's showing a little light. And then this one is called Grunge. So those are some great colors that came with it. And so I think I'm going to put my new project when I start it this week on that. So I did that. Most of you probably got your cross stitch magazine. It came all, it's gone just cross stitch. There's some Halloween stuff in here. There's some nature stuff in here, which, you know, me and my husband are big hikers and we love outdoors. In fact, we're going to go in 2 weeks. We've rented a little studio apartment like thing on a ranch outside of Durango just to get out of, we try to do this since I got a job that I can work from anywhere and he has lots of vacation, we have to take that. So we're going to go there because here in Phoenix, you just get sick of the heat. By September, you're just done and it's not going to go away until October. And so we're going to go for a couple of weeks up there and because we can go hiking and we like the mountains and the cool air and we're just super excited. And I'll film one more right before I go. But anyway, they had a couple of them. So they have this one, I want to make sure I don't show the charts, but this one's called Northern Lights. So I'm not sure because you actually, all that in the background is the material that you order that looks like the Northern Lights. My husband loves the Northern Lights, so I have to think about it. I don't love it, but he might, so we'll see. But I'm kind of stitching that one on the pine trees that I started with him, so we'll see. There's one with bears. I didn't love this one a lot, but for some reason my 11-year-old granddaughter thought it was great. So here's another one that was in there that was more nature oriented. And then so they had those. And then this one, it's funny because my husband tries to teach all the grandkids all the different animal tracks, and this one's all animal tracks. So I might do this one, but I don't love those colors, like the background colors and stuff. They don't really match anything in my house that much that I would love. So I might do this, but I might change it to a different colors. But I've got so much on my plate right now that won't be anything soon. But that was in the Cross Stitch magazine. And then there were some Halloween ones. I didn't get the Halloween. I like Halloween, but it's not like, I'm not like obsessed about it. So I thought this though was pretty, but this is going to be, I think, a lot of, what do they call it? Black work. Sorry about that, but I thought that was kind of pretty. It's called Autumn Leaf, and it was in the magazine. And trying to be careful not to show any patterns. So they had all kinds of different stuff in there, some fall stuff. You know, I'm not a big pumpkin person. Okay, I'll probably like lose subscribers over this, but I don't like pumpkin spice. My daughter does. I don't like pumpkin pie. So I know people are like, what? Outrageous. But I just don't love it. But anyway, so there are some pumpkin stuff in here. You know, here's one called Violets in Autumn. I'm not showing every single one, but I'm trying to show y'all some of them. And then, so, I mean, there were some cute ones. It depends on your style. You know, if you would, I mean, I think it addressed a few. So there's a sampler in here. It's called Alice Park's Reproduction Sampler, and it's, here's that. Oops, I almost showed the chart. Okay, I think that was too quick for you to see anything. So there's that. Like I said, I'm not a huge sampler person, but I am looking forward to the one by Modern Folk Embroidery. And then here's a nice one that I thought if you like. I think that one's kind of cool. So this one's called Enchantress, and it's designed by Doreen Jones. And it does say it comes with some beads. So for those of you who like Halloween and this pretty witch. That one was in there, and there's some cute Halloween cats and stuff like that. I mean, you know, you could have gotten the whole Halloween Stitch one if you really liked Halloween. So that's about it. Here, I'll just show you this one last page. So these are in there for Halloween. So if you like any of those, then you should go get the this one. It's the just cross stitch, and it is their October edition. I am considering doing Christmas ornaments for some of the grandkids, so we'll see when the Christmas ornament comes out. I did them last year, and so I want small ones because it took a while, and I kind of got tired of it after a first one. So we'll see. I did 3. So we'll see if I'm going to do that or not. I do love Christmas. I'm a complete Christmas crazy person. I mean, I love to put up my tree, and I just really love Christmas. I love kind of like sitting by a campfire outside at night. I love sitting at my house in the evening with the lights off and the Christmas lights on and just playing some music, and that's so relaxing, and it's such a happy place for me. So I'll probably do some Christmas stitching, and so the next time I see you, I hope to have made progress on, you know, in my plans. I definitely want to work more on that one, The Odd World by Bendy Stitchy. I will begin my Modern Folk Embroidery Mystery Stitch Along on September 1st. That one's from, I got that from Evertote. You can order the pattern from her. She actually sends the paper pattern, or I think you can get the PDF once it's out, I think, from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm not sure. So I'm pretty sure you can. Caroline Off the Grid is just carrying his charts now, and then have a lot of them. You can get the Leo and Roxy threads, which are great, and so that's a great way to get the whole kit. And so that's what I did. I was able to get the linen and everything, and I think the linen I ordered for that Mystery Stitch Along was 28 count, which I've never done before, so we'll see. But I do 32 count, so I should be able to do it. It's just interesting. And then my other plans are to keep working on my Heaven and Earth, because I'm going to be behind. I've been taking so many trips now. We were gone for 2 weeks in June. I was gone for basically 2 weeks in August, and now I'm going to be gone 2 weeks in September. So those are big chunks of time on my Heaven and Earth, and so, but it is what it is. You know, I love cross stitching, but we got to have a life too, and I prefer to not take it or travel with it and just keep it on my stand and work on it in the evenings, and so that is kind of where I'm at that. But I hope in 2 weeks I'll made, you know, some great progress on that and some other things to show you. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for other great patterns, if you want to enable me. I'm thinking maybe next time of doing a small giveaway, just in thanks for people starting to subscribe. You know, I'm not one of those people that's going to be at 2,000 in 1 week, but I do appreciate the people that have watched. I love that you comment. I will respond, and I think I may have a giveaway in my next one, just to say thank you for all my new subscribers, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this one this time. I will be back in probably a little less than 2 weeks, because I'm going to leave 2 weeks from today, so I'll probably film this on Saturday, so that I can get it posted and online before we leave for Durango. It's about an 8-hour drive for us, so we'll get up early and get there so we can get checked in. I am going to be working part of the time, so when we get there on Sunday, on Monday and Tuesday, I have all day Zoom meeting, training sort of for the whole day, all day Monday and Tuesday. So when I got the place, I read everything. This is a VRBO, and made sure that there was internet. So fingers crossed that I'm not going to have to be sitting in some car outside of Durango signed into someone's Wi-Fi, but I also have my hotspot just in case. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. If you've gone this far, I sure appreciate that I found this great community. I encourage you to be kind to other people, but also set boundaries. And if you haven't, please go get vaccinated so we can go back to having Stitchy meetups in person where we're safe. I would love to go on a retreat in real person so I can meet people face to face. So that's it for now. See ya in a couple of weeks.